Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Quickera Global. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about the UK's millions of migrant care workers finally get a break. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. Recent developments surrounding the UK care worker visa have sparked widespread concern among the country's estimated 2.6 million migrant carers. However, there is now a positive turn that promises hope. Emerging discussions between trade unions, advocacy groups, and policymakers could pave the way for a fairer visa system, offering migrant care workers greater freedom, dignity, and protection in their essential roles. Background: the 15-year settlement proposal. At the center of current debates is a Home Office proposal that could drastically change the path to settled status for care workers. The plan suggests that individuals on the care worker visa may be required to reside in the UK for 15 years before qualifying for settlement, a significant leap from existing pathways. For many carers, this proposal has fueled anxiety about long-term uncertainty, dependence on employers, and job-related instability. 15 years of provisional status could leave workers vulnerable to exploitation, unable to freely navigate the labor market, and reliant on a single employer to maintain their residency rights. Trade union involvement. Unison takes the lead. Trade unions are stepping in as critical players in shaping this policy. Unison, one of the UK's most influential trade unions and a major supporter of the Labour Party, has joined forces with advocates representing migrant carers. Meetings between union leaders and activists have focused on urgent reforms to settlement conditions and work rights, highlighting the need for a system that values the contributions of migrant carers while safeguarding their rights. Unison's political influence is substantial. By leveraging its position, the union can drive meaningful debate in Parliament and increase pressure on decision-makers to consider policies that prioritize worker protections and fair treatment. Proposed reform: shifting sponsorship rights. A core reform under discussion is the removal of employer-tied sponsorship. Currently, care workers' visas are linked to specific employers, limiting mobility and exposing workers to potential threats or abuse. The proposed model would grant work permits directly to individuals rather than employers, allowing carers to change jobs freely without jeopardizing their residency status. This approach is not experimental. Countries like Canada and Ireland have successfully implemented similar systems. Greater worker mobility has been shown to reduce exploitation, increase job satisfaction, and strengthen overall labor market flexibility, demonstrating that fairness and practicality can coexist. Migrants to UK will not get benefits until becoming citizens under new plans. Refugee Council says plans would create expensive bureaucracy and keep people in limbo. Migrants arriving in the UK may soon only be eligible for benefits and social housing once they become British citizens, under controversial new proposals outlined by Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood. Currently, those granted settlement or indefinite leave to remain can access such support, but the new rules would radically alter that framework. Long waits for settlement. The proposals could force those arriving via small boats to wait up to 30 years before being eligible for residency. Similarly, more than 600,000 overseas health workers and their families, part of the so-called Boris wave of arrivals, may have to wait up to 25 years to settle if they have claimed benefits at any point. This comes as part of a wider set of rewritten immigration rules, following the recent consultation on asylum reforms. Political context. The reforms coincide with Mahmood being floated as a potential future Labour leader, while the party faces growing pressure from Nigel Farage's Reform UK in the polls. The proposals aim to shift the immigration system toward an earned settlement model, emphasizing contribution, integration, and adherence to British societal norms. Criticism from NGOs and unions. The plans have drawn widespread criticism from NGOs and unions. Enver Solomon, CEO of the Refugee Council, warned that they could trap refugees in decades of uncertainty, saying, "Long waits for settlement and repeated reviews will only add bureaucracy and keep people in limbo." Christina McAnea, General Secretary of Unison, added that the measures would devastate essential workers, many of whom served during COVID, calling the proposals a betrayal of promises made to them. Details of the proposal. Under the new rules, indefinite leave to remain could take 10 years instead of the current 5, with faster routes available for high earners, entrepreneurs, or those contributing to their communities. NHS staff could settle after 5 years, while high-income migrants might qualify in just 3. Those claiming benefits or earning little would face much longer waits. Impact on families. Critics have highlighted the unclear status of children of temporary workers. Madeline Sumption of Oxford's Migration Observatory warned of mixed-status families, where some members hold permanent residence while others do not. Dora Olivia Vickel of the Work Rights Center described the proposals as dystopian, punishing vulnerable migrant families for illness or hardship. Enforcement and future plans. Alongside settlement changes, Chancellor Rachel Reeves is set to announce a £1 million initiative to crack down on illegal employment in small businesses, including takeaways, nail bars, and car washes. This new enforcement team will work with immigration and tax authorities to penalize rogue employers. The consultation period for the proposals is open until February 12th, with the government emphasizing that these measures aim to prioritize contribution, merit, and integration. Though critics warn the changes could create a more exclusionary and unequal system. That is all for today in this video. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.